ENC 3249, this is it. This is Module 6, aka Week 6. Once this is done, we're done. You can go and enjoy the rest of your summer until it's time for fall, so enjoy those 3 weeks or whatever you have. If you're graduating after this, congratulations. Go out there, go get them. Welcome to the workforce and all that. I want to talk to you a little bit about just sort of end the semester stuff. Grade-wise, I want to talk about the content a little bit and just kind of give you some parting thoughts on technical and professional communication and writing in the workplace. So, just getting this stuff right out of the way, you're going to see some discussion notes, particularly on writing for the web and writing for wikis and Gits, or using wikis and Git in the workplace. The most popular version of Git, of course, is GitHub. A number of you are already using it. I will say this, the content of those discussion notes probably won't break any barriers for you. Probably not going to be anything super novel. This is a sort of tip of the hat to more updated modes of communication, stuff that is gradually becoming de rigueur for tech writing workplaces, but which honestly, how a workplace implements web writing or use of wikis and Gits, GitHub itself has a wiki interface, is going to be on a case-by-case basis, and so we don't want to spend too terribly much time with it. Additionally, in terms of writing for the web, if you're interested in going into copywriting, then I would encourage you to continue learning about writing for the web. Here at FIU, we have a class called ENC 3416 that's writing in new media. It's more of a meta-conceptual course, but we do cover web writing. I teach that one. We're also, hopefully in 2022, launching a dedicated writing for the web course. So that might be something you want to take if this has been interesting to you so far. Otherwise, however, all the content that you've got available, I don't want to go so far as to say it's optional, but I will say that I'm not quizzing you on any of it directly. So in terms of the writing for the web, in terms of Wiki and Git, in terms even of the Module 6 reading list, it is there to help you. You are responsible for understanding what's in there, but the quizzes do not directly inform it. Speaking of quizzes, you do have some companion work to wrap up this semester here. You've got a professional networking revisited discussion. So once again, I want you to get into a discussion forum and I want you to mix it up with your fellow technical writers. As I said at the very beginning of this course, one of the benefits that you might gain from your time here is these professional contacts, people that live and work probably in this area and certainly in your industry. So this is a great chance to just sort of put your name out there and get some other names in your Rolodex, if you will, and that may pay off later. If not, hey, look, we're all lonely. It's terrible. You know, in the age of COVID, everybody went friendless and devoid of personal contact for so long. It's nice to just be nice to people and to have them be nice back. So take the opportunity and enjoy it. What else are you dealing with? You're going to have a reading quiz. It's called the comprehensive reading quiz, so you should definitely dig it. I would take that one first. I would. You should be able to preview that one. I set it up. You're going to have a look, and I think you'll be able to handle that quiz. It should not be an impediment. Just open her up, have a look, and then deal with it. In terms of the semester or the summer semester summary quiz, say that 5 times fast. That one is not pulling verbatim from the book, but you are going to find it tests the meta-conceptual in a way that I think is very approachable, very easy. You should not have any problems with it. If you find any of the questions to be real stumpers, they give you a real hard time, reach out and let me know. I'll review your quiz and we can talk about your score. And if you missed a question that seemed a little tricky or something like that, look, I've said before, it's not my job to be the hardcore arbiter of points. It's my job to make sure you understand some fundamentals of technical and professional communication. 90% of the time, you demonstrate that through your work. For something like a quiz, though, hey, if there's some confusion, just let me know, and we'll take care of it. All right. Last thing, the elephant in the room, you've got your group project that's a report and a video or instructions and a video. I said in my announcement last week, and I said it again at the kickoff for this week, if you are absolutely jammed up, if you're really behind the 8 ball and scrambling to finish this thing, Number one, I think that the instructions are probably easier to do than the report. Easier is the wrong word, more expedient, okay? Because you don't have to go and interview people or analyze a business case. You can pretty much rely on a process with which you are familiar, document that, test it, and then produce your documentation. So push comes to shove, the instructions are probably easier to do than the report. If you're already mid-report, don't change. Do not go back. The only reason I say it would be easier to do a report than, or I'm sorry, an instruction than a report is because if you were absolutely out of time, you could make a passing project more readily out of the reports that or out of the instructions than the reports. If you already have a report mostly done, going back and changing your project would be fatal to you and your group. So don't do that. Everything is due by Friday. I'm looking for a substantial report and a well-produced video. I'm fully aware that we are not videographers in this class, that we are putting this together with only a 6-week window. So please rest assured, I plan to grade graciously. I think you will all agree that I've done so all semester, and I don't plan to stop for the final project. So please give me something viable, give me something good, work to the best of your ability, and for Pete's sake, work together to produce this thing. If you have any questions or concerns about what's required, just reach out. I'll repeat the email address at the end of this video, but vmalish@fiu.edu, vmalesh@fiu.edu. So in terms of wrapping up this semester, so much of what I have to say about writing in the workplace would take us right back to what we looked at the very beginning. Much of your career will depend upon how well you communicate. Being able to code, being able to do basic IT work, basic networking, basic desktop repair, laptop repair, and so on, that is assumed. That's your baseline. All right, so do that well. Learn your trade, learn your craft. But if you want any kind of career, learn the communication that goes along with that. Recognize engineering, recognize work generally as the process of solving human problems. It's not about making the machine better. It is not about making the system better. It is about making whatever you're doing better for people. And the way to understand what people need is through communication. My usual end of semester sort of knowledge nugget for you. Looking at that word communication, you've got Latinated Greek for 3 different terms. That com, that com in the beginning, that means with. That uni in the middle, that means one. And that cation, that atio, means a state of being. And if you put that all together, what are we really doing with communication? We are creating one state of being. When you and I are actually communicating, we are briefly one organism, maybe in 2 bodies, but we are thinking the same thoughts and seeing the same thing, doing the same thing, enacting the same activity. And that's shared personhood. That's what communication is. And that's at the core of any communicative action, whether it's you talking to your friends, talking to your family, making a dumb video on TikTok, or actually producing workplace communication. So bear that in mind. Bear in mind that your writing and all your other actions have real human consequences. And when you can put a face to the name of your process, when you see people as the root cause for what you're doing, you are going to have a better, longer running, more satisfying, and more ethical career. So I did promise I would put the email address again at the end of this video. Y'all know it by now, but just to repeat, vmalesh, that's vmalesh @fiu.edu, if you have any questions, concerns, anything coming up at end of semester. I want to say it has been an absolute pleasure to be your professor these last 6 weeks. I enjoy teaching. I hope you've enjoyed learning, and I'm really looking forward to see what you put together for your final project. So work hard, finish strong. Again, cannot wait to see those final projects, and good luck.